Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, your place for news and gameplay. Some good, some bad, and let's be honest, likely some rage and tilting. If you like what you see, please consider subscribing and hitting that bell for notifications. In today's episode, we're focusing on some test server action. This weekend is another test of the update 4.5 relating to the Pantheon pack, consisting of the Ares, Hades, and Nemesis bots. According to the email that was sent out, nothing appears to have changed in regards to the stats of these bots. A bit disappointing, as I personally feel the Hades and Nemesis need further work. They've also introduced some shield UI changes, which I'm not exactly sure what that means, but we'll find out. In addition, they've thrown in a redesign for the Stalker and the Vitsias. So let's check out these bots first off and see how they look. First, we're going to look at the Stalker here. If we look at the 3D view, seems to have been, I would say, simplified a little bit. It's alright, I guess. I'm not overly thrilled by it, but then again, it is one of the bots that's used more for lower end gameplay. Same thing for the Vitsias, so let's look at its view here. Again, seems to be a little bit more simplified than the previous version. I don't really see any additional paint jobs, although for some reason I think I've heard other YouTubers mentioning that there are other paint jobs, so I'm not quite sure why I don't see them for both the Stalker and the Vitsias here. But that being said, this is the second round of the test server. I wasn't able to get onto it this morning, and I think the paint jobs were there, but they weren't completely working properly on the individual bots, so maybe that's why they don't appear in the test server at this point in time. Well, that's a quick look at those bots anyways. So let's go have a quick look at the hangar I'm going to be running here for this test server. So I'm running the Ares, running some lockdown weapons, Hellburner of course, just to try to see if I can get in there and take out some of the enemies. We have the Hades, again with some lockdown as well as the Avenger. The Nemesis running a 2 Scourge. And finally a Bulwark running some Exodus. So, that being said, without any further ado, let's get into the action. that was my test server action for today. My final thoughts on the Pantheon pack bots remains as it been for the last two test servers. That the Ares, in my opinion, is much more viable than the other two. In fact, the Nemesis only has 2 medium slots. Yes, it has an invulnerable shield, but it only lasts for 4 seconds, which honestly is pathetic for a bot that's built more as a brawler. Even its charges that are boosted by the absorption shield deal the least amount of damage, and there's only 3 charges, compared that to the Ares, which has 40, and the Hades, which has 20. Yes, each individual charge of the Nemesis does considerably more damage than those of the individual charges of the Ares and the Hades. However, there's only 3 of them. And if you miss your target with the Nemesis on the special abilities with these charges, you're screwed. With the Ares and Hades, at least if you initially are off target, you have a chance to adjust and recover. All 3 bots with their charges work best if you remember to lock onto the target first. But overall, if I'm being honest, I'd much rather run a Lancelot than the Nemesis or the Hades. The Ares, I think, would be worth getting and leveling up. It was a pleasant surprise to see the snow overlay on the Dreadnought map. I didn't expect that, as I didn't see it mentioned anywhere in the notes for the test server. And I really liked what they did with the shield UI design. This is exactly what I've mentioned to Pixonic several times in my test server feedback. It is nice to see them implement this. It's such a small thing, but it's extremely helpful on the battlefield. As for the redesign of the Stalker and the Vitsias, well, I'm not really sure why they're even bothering, if I'm being honest. Not unless they plan to actually change the stats of these bots and do complete overhauls. There's many more issues that Pixonic needs to address with this game instead of design changes for older bots that are mainly used for lower tier gameplay. In fact, I plan to do a video in the short term regarding the state of the game and ideas I've come up with, as well as those I've accumulated from others. That being said, I hope you enjoyed the test server video today, and as always, if you like what you see, please leave me a comment and consider subscribing and hitting that bell for notifications. Until next time, cause some mayhem on the field for me, and I'll catch you later.